For decades, one unshakable whisper. Somewhere in America lives a woman who believes her mother is Janet Jackson.
I still think it's possible that you're Janet Jackson's daughter.
Yes, I still think that it's possible.
The pop icon says the tale is nonsense, yet the rumor refuses to die. How did a single question survive longer than some careers? Tonight we follow every clue, every denial, and every desperate search to discover whether the most private Jackson secret is still hiding in plain sight. It started with nothing more than a snug costume. In 1984, on the Los Angeles set of the hit series Fame, 18-year-old Janet slid into a leotard that suddenly felt tighter than yesterday's. She had just begun birth control pills, a common prescription for regulating teenage cycles, but the side effect was rapid water retention. Cameras caught the change before producers could hem the fabric. By lunchtime, crew members were whispering, "Is Joe's baby girl having a baby?" Tabloid editors needed no proof. Janet's secret pregnancy splashed across checkout stands within a week. The story landed the same month Janet secretly exchanged vows with 21-year-old R&B prince James DeBarge, a union her father Joe opposed so fiercely that the young couple eloped at 3 in the morning. Rumor and reality collided, and the legend of a hidden child was born. But the first spark was nothing compared to what came next. Marriage should have felt like freedom, but James carried a private storm. Night after night, he slipped from hotel rooms to chase pills that promised escape of their own. Janet followed, flashlight in hand, searching downtown alleys for the man she still believed she could rescue. She flushed capsules down motel toilets, only to wrestle them back out of his clenched fists on the bathroom floor. Fans saw glamorous snapshots. They never saw the 18-year-old riding shotgun with tears streaking her freshly powdered makeup. When the marriage was annulled, barely a year later, tabloids filled the void with a darker motive. She ditched him after the baby. The stage was set for a myth too salacious to ignore. Yet photographs speak louder than paperwork, and soon the images arrived. January 1985, American Music Awards. The Jackson brothers are about to present Best Soul Album when Tito steps forward, velvet blazer draped over one arm. Viewers notice he angles that arm in front of Janet's midsection, shielding what looks like a rounded belly. Freeze frames race across gossip shows. At the same ceremony, an unguarded backstage shot captures Janet laughing beside Magic Johnson, and critics claim her satin dress bulges unmistakably. Months earlier, a nurse at a convalescent hospital allegedly spotted the singer visiting her grandmother, abdomen about 6 months along. Other witnesses swear they saw maternity jeans peek from beneath an oversized varsity jacket outside an LA rehearsal studio. None kept photos, all kept memories. But memories alone can't raise a child, and one family wanted more than recollection.
Do you have a secret sister?
I believe I do have a sister out there.
Did you ever see Janet where you thought she was pregnant?
Yes. When the marriage was annulled, that Janet was pregnant. And James believed that as well. I think we all believed that James and Janet had a child.
2012, Los Angeles County Jail. James DeBarge slides a handwritten letter through the bars to physician-turned-inmate Conrad Murray. In it, he claims a daughter was taken before I could even hold her, and pleads for help locating the child. The note leaks, detonating a fresh media storm. His sister Bunny backs him up on a Chicago radio show, describing Janet as pulled off stage, pregnant, then coming back skinny with no baby. Brother Daryl echoes the tale during a Detroit DJ interview. Christina DeBarge, James's eldest, tells a 2023 podcast she feels a sister's presence and dreams of meeting her. Their 74-year-old mother, Ederline, orders 2 separate DNA kits, swabbing any young woman who reaches out with a convincing birth story. One potential daughter, Tiffany White, tests at 96.7% related to Ederline on an initial panel, only to be ruled out on a second, more precise run. The near miss does nothing to cool speculation. If anything, it proves how desperately many people want the story to be real. Yet the one voice with power to end every theory stayed silent until 2022. In the 2-night documentary Janet, the notoriously private superstar finally addresses the rumor. Calm, eyes wet but unblinking, she says, "Back in the day they were saying that I had a child and I kept it secret. I could never keep a child away from James. How could I keep a child from their father? I could never do that. That's not right." She explains the weight gain origin story and laughs almost sadly that kids on Fame just assume the worst.
If it's true, you'll find out when she's ready for you to find out.
I told her, I said, the proof is in the pudding. Let's go get the DNA.
So this is the DNA test, and it says the probability of relatedness is 96.7%.
100%. You didn't believe there'd be a match?
No way.
Did you ask Janet Jackson to take a DNA test?
She refused.
What do you have to say to Janet now?
You know and I know that what you're saying is not true.
Holding her son, Isa, born in 2017 when Janet was 50. She adds that motherhood arrived exactly when it was meant to. Industry journalists declare the rumor debunked, citing her credibility and the absence of adoption filings. But truth and belief live on different planets. Where one audience saw closure, another heard only careful wording. Notice she never said there was no baby. A viral TikTok comment insists. She said she wouldn't hide a baby. That's not the same thing. Likes climb past 1 million in a weekend. If a denial can't kill the myth, perhaps understanding the stakes will. To grasp why the rumor persists, you have to rewind to the moral battlefield of mid-1980s pop culture. MTV had barely integrated black artists into heavy rotation. Rocky Horror midnight screenings still shocked parents. For a Jackson sister, marketed as the wholesome antidote to Madonna's raw sexuality, a teen pregnancy could derail million-dollar contracts. Label executives had witnessed how swiftly conservative radio yanked support from acts entangled in scandal. According to industry historian Gleanings, a clandestine adoption arranged through private attorneys would have been logistically simple and legally sealed. Add the ironclad non-disclosure agreements favored by the Jackson camp, and silence becomes plausible. Skeptics point to the absence of hospital records. Realists note that Los Angeles clinics accepted cash deliveries with no ID check long before HIPAA tightened procedures. Theories snowball. Did Motown lawyers bury files? Did Joe Jackson intimidate nurses? Each possibility feeds the narrative, none supply hard proof. Yet the world is changing, and science may soon answer what gossip never could. Genetic genealogy unlocked the Golden State Killer. Now TikTok sleuths apply the same method to pop culture cold cases. In late 2024, creator at Pop Mysteries uploads a 3-part series mapping the DeBarge and Jackson family trees, inviting viewers to crowdsource matches on public databases. Within days, 28 people claiming high cousin matches to both families flood comment sections. Commercial kits roll out upgraded algorithms that flag connections as distant as ninth cousins. Technically, one verified cross match between Janet's documented relatives and an unknown woman born in 1985 could change everything. Janet's camp refuses to comment on hypothetical tests. James, now 61 and in fragile health, tells a friend in an April 2025 voicemail that he's ready to rest, but not without the truth. The message leaks. The internet explodes again. So where does that leave us tonight? After 40 years, the rumor has outlived chart toppers, marriages, even Michael himself. It morphed from tabloid fodder into a collective riddle the internet keeps solving, unsolving, and solving again. Maybe the answer hides in an obscure courthouse file, or maybe it never existed at all. Yet the endurance of the mystery says something profound about fame. The larger-than-life stories we project onto celebrities often reflect our own hunger for drama, redemption, and hidden kin. So, did Janet Jackson surrender a newborn daughter to protect her career at 19? Or did a perfect storm of wardrobe rumors, young love, and family intrigue create a myth too irresistible to die? The next DNA upload, or perhaps a single handwritten confession, could collapse the legend in a heartbeat. Until then, every whispered anecdote, every TikTok theory, and every late night radio call-in keeps the story breathing. And here's the thought to linger on. If undeniable proof surfaced tomorrow, would the revelation satisfy us? Or would we simply chase the next unsolved celebrity secret? Because sometimes, the real obsession isn't the truth. It's the chase. If you're as fascinated by celebrity mysteries as we are, don't let the conversation end here. Hit that subscribe button to join us as we explore more unsolved celebrity secrets and cultural enigmas. Share your thoughts on Janet's story in the comments below. Do you believe the rumors, or is this just another Hollywood legend? Drop a like if you enjoyed this deep dive, and hit the notification bell to catch our next investigation. Until then, keep questioning, because sometimes the mystery is more captivating than the truth.